All right, guys. I think that was the 5 minutes. I think just blanked out, but yeah, I think that was the intro. So welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. 2 days now since I've been in Vegas, so starting to kind of get some energy back a little bit. So yeah, what's up, boss? What's up, Bird and Stone? ETH charts are looking phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, I was posting about that. That's just incredible. What's up, Johnny M? How you doing? How you doing on those blackjack tables? I had some more good luck with those actually. In Vegas, I only got blown out like one time out of like 8 or 9 sessions there, which was cool. So yeah, and yeah, so just looking at degeneracy, but yeah, I mean everything looks really good. So the big thing that we were kind of talking about, a couple new trades. I'm not going to tell you stop losses or take profits, but you guys could kind of see it's in the Discord if you guys are interested. So Solana, yeah, that's kind of new. Actually, one new trade. Solana is the new one. So hope you guys are doing well. Always appreciate you guys smashing the like button. Shout out to Johnny M. Shout out to Bird and Stone. Bird and Stone's been around a while. Oz has been around a while. So really appreciate you guys. And yeah, I mean, overall, not too much has changed since yesterday. We talked about this potentially getting that jump, going through this spider line pocket right there. And then you got some linear ones. I don't even care about those really. But 3,000 seems like the next big point. When you look at fear and greed, where is it here? It looks like you got about another month of bullishness. Like there's no major signs that June is going to be a bearish month, unless you look at Cardano. But I know controversial takes with Cardano, but you know what I mean. What's up, NW? But I mean, you're like right here. Like this was, beginning of February. You got about a month generally. So early July, and I mean, what's like your best and worst case scenarios? Well, I mean, your worst case scenario, you're gonna fall off a damn bridge, and it's like Trump. What if? What do you mean? What if? What if a bomb falls on your head? I know you. You ask a lot of stupid questions. What a stupid. But anyway, watching myself on Twitter. So yeah. And let's actually, so I mean, Fed, that's still the same. September is kind of the view there. Could go either way with that being, maybe, we'll see if we actually get that cut in September. I mean, I don't even think it's worth talking about that until we're within a month of that FOMC meeting and the odds are, above like 70% or whatever. But yeah. S&P 500 did continue upward. And then here, total 3. That's the one I was kind of looking at. Total 3. I mean, the big debate here is, does this fall down to these lows? I know Ben Cowan said he thinks it will. It can. It definitely can. I hope it doesn't, but it can. We'll see what happens in others versus Bitcoin. That's the depressor for altcoins. But on the bright side, like you guys have been mentioning, ETH does look good. So I think ETH is really in that position where it's going to start to, as we've been talking about, start to outperform a lot of things, start to really outperform a lot of these markets, which is going to be good. And then when you look at, let's just see here. Yeah, I mean, you look at ETH versus others here, trying to jump off at that level. So that's really good. So yeah, AVAX we're definitely going to look at. Shout out to Elgato Crypto. ¿Cómo te va, amigo? ¿Cómo te vas, amigo? Let's see. So yeah, this looks good. So I think, really ETH should, let's look at ETH AVAX and we'll look at, or AVAX ETH and we'll look at, because I'm just curious if, yeah, so that's obviously things are bleeding against ETH a little bit, which is kind of predicted as where you are. It could get a jump relatively soon though. And then if we look at AVAX itself, which is, I mean, as you guys know, one I really like, but I mean, anything could happen, obviously. But trying to hold these levels. I think the tokens on the ETH network look damn good right now. Like your degeneracy here, your ApeCoin, like the ETH coins look really good. I mean, obviously, what's another one people have been talking about a little bit? Uniswap. I don't even, is Aave on that? I think that's its own thing. I probably just show my ignorance of fundamentals right here. Where are some coins? Like, guys, give me some coins you want me to look at on the ETH network. We're looking at ETH network coins for a little bit. I think the others are going to be a little bit boring for a little bit. It doesn't mean they can't continue forward. Trump chain and Trump wallet, is that new? Yeah, I was in Mexico for over a month, Elgato. Let's see. I didn't hear about that. I mean, I'm familiar with Trump coin, obviously. I think your ETH, like, even people have talked about Pepe. You know, if ETH does well, Pepe will. I mean, I think your ETH stuff is going to do very well over the next month, and my guess is July is going to be your summer lull. You're going to see a red July, probably a boring sideways August, and then September onward, you're going to have more fun. You're going to see an altcoin season into the end of the year, and that's probably it. So that's what I would guess. Moodang, is that on the ETH chain? I have no idea, but Pepe, I don't even feel like looking at Moodang. I mean, that came. I mean, usually when something comes up this much, like it could be spent, it could be, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, buying this right now, I don't know if that's a good idea, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you bought these highs, you're only down a little bit. You're down about 70%, so, you know. But yeah. Cardano had a lot of blood diamonds and shit, but I don't know if that's something you should be too afraid of, you know, right as right now, but most of them are gone anyway, so okay. But, yeah, the weekly that, I don't know if that's that bad. You had that one, you had the trigger. The thing, too, guys, is what I think a lot of these coins kind of will, you know, if you just look at momentum waves here, you'll probably see something like this into this year, early next year. And probably the next red dot in your 3-week for a lot of these markets will be the time to get the hell out, I would guess. You know, if you look at, let's look at Crow. I mean, that looks damn good. I mean, this is just clear, like, you know, just look at what happens, you know. You come up a lot, you get red dot down. Look at your 3-week here. I mean, you come up a lot, trigger wave, you come up a lot, red dot down, you know, red dot down, and then what's likely to happen here, you know, into the end of the year, probably another wave. I mean, how high do you go? I'm hoping for at least 30 cents, you know, into the end of the year, and then that could be it, you know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens after that. KTA. So let's take a look. See. Oh, and I'll show you guys some of the new. Oh, I did show you the new. Yeah. So we got the Solana. Yeah. I mean, each trade nice $4,500 to profits taken. Actually, what are we, $7,000 ahead on this? Almost 50, 6,500. So not bad. You know, it'll take 65. It'll take 65 grand. It's a good 1 month salary. You know what I mean? If you could get one thing like this a month, you're damn good. And I mean, this is not the largest account here. I mean, this is not the largest account. I got a BloFin too that I've been using, but you know. So yeah. So let's see here. What was it? Oh yeah, we looked at Cardano. I don't know if it looks like the best thing, but I don't think it looks. I think the ETH right now. I think the move is even this. This is obviously on the ETH chain, Ethereum name service. Yeah, it'll probably jump some more. You know, back to those highs. I remember when the airdrop. I know somebody who made a nice chunk of change on that airdrop. Yeah. But that trigger, like that, I think the most common sense thing here, guys, is like follow the 3-week and then, you know, into the end of the year or the next year and then get the hell out. You know what I mean? You got like 6-7 more months. You got 6-7 more months. I mean, I'd say earliest you peak out is going to be October, or latest would be January. It's going to be somewhere at that peak. What would make the most sense would be DCing out from October to that area. And I mean, I think this is I think June is going to be, I mean, I look, take what I say with a grain of salt. I don't know if I'm right, but I think June is going to be a damn good month. And I think you're going to see a lot of moves, especially for Ethereum, especially for Ethereum chain tokens. You're going to see a lot happen. I mean, you could see ETH at 4K by early July. You could definitely see it. I don't know if it's going to go there, but you could see that happen. You know, a lot of pain erased, and then you're completely back in business. And then, you know, because if we're looking at, you know, we're looking at some excitement here. I don't know, maybe even 4,100. I mean, I would say even, I mean, it jumps quick, man. Like you can get those, maybe I'm just being too optimistic, but you can get those quick. You can get to that area. And then what's your summer lull? It's, you know, 20 to 30%. You know, I don't know if it would come all the way back down to where we are right now, but let's say 20, 25%. You're back down to 3,000. And we mapped this out yesterday in the live stream, but still, you know, into that bear month. And then into end of year, into probably at earliest would be October, then get the hell out at 7,300 or whatever, because you got some good, you know, some good gains, you know. So that's what I'm looking at. So yeah, let's see here. Moodang. Let's see the graph there. I mean, I don't know if this is going to do too much, making a higher low. Maybe it could do something. I don't like it as much as I like some other things right now. That three looks not bad. It'll probably go up, though. Undo's got some decent fundamentals behind it. Definitely not a bad, not a bad thing. So, yeah. Hmm. Daily there. Yeah, I think Undo should be able to do some cool stuff. I think, like I've been mentioning, guys, I mean, I think there's not enough data here, but I mean, well, you could look at it on the 2 week, just look at this momentum wave into like probably that, and then just get the, like, and then get the hell out wherever that may be. I mean, I guess it's a fair assessment to say a lot of these alts will not make new all-time highs, but we don't need to make new all-time highs to make money. We could just get a, 100%, on some of these. Probably more. Bitfarm, is that a coin? I forget what Bitfarm is. Bull moon on the 1st or on the 11th, you mean? I don't know what, on the 1st? 1st? Virtuals, yeah. So virtual is funny, like, weird how the trigger waves and such. Yeah, I like that 22. I mean, the thing here is like this. I wouldn't, this has got some potential definitely. Because if you go from that, yeah, so you got both of those, and then probably, I mean, can this get over a 10x or whatever? Well, that wouldn't be a 10x, but I mean, who knows? Maybe you could jump to these areas. Yeah, $6 to $8, maybe even 13. Yeah, you could jump to those areas potentially by the end of the year. So I think there's potential here. Melt up rally, yeah. Tommy Lee, I like Tommy Lee. 11th. Yeah, it would make sense. Maybe a sideways week, and then the 11th you get some, some potential. I think Virtuals is decent, but who knows? What's up, French Toaster? BBI stock? I don't know what that is. Big Bear. Yeah, there's a lot of the AI stuff. I mean, it's hard for me to really say. If you could hold where you are right now, it generally looks okay, but who knows? SEP. Oh yeah. They're trying to do what Sailor has done. Keep in mind the sequel, or is that I think you got the wrong ticker, Big G. I think it's a different ticker. I've seen it. I know what you're talking about. Just be careful. The sequel is usually never as good as the original. Be careful with that. So, yeah. What's up, Hack Trades? What's up, French Toaster? Yeah, full moon on June 11th. So, yeah, let's see. JTO. I think the Ethereum coins are going to outperform the Sol coins for now, but I think it's more of a after the summer lull thing or buy the next dip on those Sol ones. But, yeah, I mean, you could bounce here. Hard to say. I don't know. It's hard for me to do analysis on this. I mean, if you could hold where you are right now, I think it's okay. So, yeah. But I always appreciate you guys smashing the like button and check out. We got the good promo with BloFin and the pin chat. So check that out. You get 10% for fees for life with BloFin or BidFi with the links down below. BidFi, they made some improvements thanks to me. I don't know if it was, I don't know if they would have done it anyway, but you can now see, how much I like how they show you the funding fee, how much you lost and all that, how much you paid to open the trade and all that cool stuff. So pretty good. We'll take it. Said about that. So yeah. Yeah. And the other one, I mean, we looked at ApeCoin kind of slightly. Bull div right there. The monthly has a bull div for the first time ever. So if that can't make you bottom out, I don't know what can. But I do think, the Ethereum ones, there's a lot of money going to be coming into Ethereum. I think you're going to see a lot more people get excited about Ethereum. Hopefully up to $1 here relatively soon. I just want to see what happens in the month of June. That rhymed. CoreWeave, I don't know what that is. Try to give me the ticker if you want me to look something. This, I don't know about that. Let's see here. I'm just thinking. Anybody in this is probably going to do pretty well. If that can jump up, maybe get on the ETF, make all that was 4,000 there, so get up to that level. And then that would be, I don't know, some of these would be where you may peak out later this year with a new all-time high or something. But a $4,000 ETH, a lot of people will be pretty excited about that. And I think you're going to get that relatively soon, within a few months. Because June's still exciting. And then you got your July and all that. Funny fees, very healthy. NFT floor prices, they're probably trash right now. Yeah. Mutant API, I think, because you have a lot of momentum with ETH, but I don't think it's going to go below 2 ETH, so we'll see. 5,600 will take. If ETH goes up to, how much would this be worth? If ETH goes up to 4,000, this is worth 8,000, a bit more, maybe even 10,000, so yeah, that'll be cool. And yeah, let's see there. Was that Get V Friends? Yeah, that's stupid. How did he do? Probably collapsed, right? Oh my, what? That was just, yeah. He's up to 15 ETH in the heyday, yeah. Probably made a lot. That's probably how he made most of his money off of this crap, yeah. The creeps. Yeah, those are still down a bit. What else was, there was the Can Buy Pandas. Oh yeah, the Other Deed, yeah, that crap, yeah, well. Yeah. There's a lot of saturation, obviously, and then we look at board. I'm gonna look at the kennels apps. Okay, half an ETH, yeah. But man, those were like 8. Yeah, it was kind of crazy at that point. Yeah, it follows, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's just look at cryptos in general. What's done the best over the last? Yeah. That's like a meme, yeah. SPX 6900. Is Ton? What's like a Ton? So, I would say the fundamentals on this are not terrible. Didn't their CEO get arrested? Yeah. So right there, yeah, you could jump. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't be overly... the most optimistic for alts right now are stuff on the ETH chain. Can we sort the ETH chain in here? I wonder... Internet computer. Let's look at internet computer actually. CoreWeave. We have not looked at Sol. Let's take a look at Sol French toaster. That's the one I went long. Yeah, you could see that down below. And then, yeah. So, I think this is going to do well here. It should be able to hold where we are now, continue forward. So, nice little swing trade, I think could do well here. Be careful with the weekly, but... Excuse me. It really depends how you want to look at this. If you think we got more gas in the tank, you're going to keep going. And I think that, when you look at like the 2-week, here's what you're probably going to see into the end of the year, something like that. And then that red dot, that next wave is what kind of ends a lot of things. That's what I kind of would guess. That's what I would kind of estimate may happen there. So yeah, always appreciate you guys smashing the like button. Trying to get that viewer count up just a little bit here. So yeah. We could look at. There's not really too much happening right now. Yeah, That's a little interesting. I gotta look into that, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, so the budget's too high. Oh, that's okay. And the economy's still doing well. It's not Big G. There's nothing coming up here, man. It's not. You got the wrong. I don't know what that. I know. I've heard. I know what you're talking about, but that's not the right ticker. It's not coming up. Okay. Let's look at Microsoft. Let's look at a little couple equities here. Okay. So Nvidia capped this out. This is probably gonna jump up to that point. Yeah. I want to look at the triple Q as well. So, yeah, I mean, this should jump up a little bit more, 550 or so. I would say 550. I don't know if you can get there within the next month, but yeah, you should get there. I mean, end of year for this could even be up to 600, so just keep that in mind. There could be a lot of movement here. You're at the year start, right? Yeah, you're about where we opened, so, you know, if you're going to bet a 10 to 15%, you're looking at 600s, which I think you can get there. This at 600, Bitcoin would probably be at 150, you know, ETH 7K or whatever, new all-time highs, 5 to 7K or something, so yeah. So that was triple Q. And the one everybody knows, Nvidia. Similar thing, year open. So, you know, we could draw more fib levels, try to get an idea of where you may end up if the craziness continues. Kind of, Pelosi's got some options on this. I posted all of her trades in the Discord, I don't know, about a month ago or so. Yeah, I mean, let's see. If you're looking at from year, yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit too high to think it's gonna go that much. But just thinking here. I feel like something in between there, maybe more like there, 176. I don't know. You can break above there. Maybe get up to 190 though. I mean, the AI is huge. That's the big speculation, but yeah. So that's Nvidia, and then Apple is the one everybody sold. I think Buffett, Pelosi, everybody sold Apple. So I mean, and you know, it's innovation just ain't there anymore. But I think it'll go up, you know, with everything else to a certain extent. Yeah. If you guys are watching on Twitter, appreciate you guys. A lot of people on Twitter watching Evan Aldo on Twitter. So yeah. Been doing some more Twitter Spaces lately, so that's been cool. So yeah. But it's, you know, it is what it is. Crypto.com coming up a little bit, so yeah. No, but everything's really, you know, everything's really coming back to reality. Reality meaning good things, you know, looking juicy, very tender, melts in your mouth. You know, that's how this market is looking. Excuse me. So yeah, have you guys been in any good trades? I know I've been doing pretty well, pretty good here. So yeah, and like I mentioned, guys, if you guys are interested in trading, check out. Excuse me, is it this one? Yeah, okay. Yeah. So the thing to do with this is this AI. What is this technology? Okay, it's got to be something. Yeah, I mean, the thing to do with this would be to short the living hell out of this because you're hitting a major goddamn point. But yeah, no. Usually everybody, you know, everything they craze it pumps up and then look, you know, just basic fib levels, guys. Is this the time to buy it? Probably not. Not to say it can't go higher, but, you know. I mean, it's up from that high, yeah. Oh. It's actually not as much as I thought, but hitting a big point still. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. $72 billion market cap. Yeah, that's probably going to come down a bit. Let's see. ICP, I don't know. It doesn't look extremely strong compared to a lot of other things. What was that other one I wanted to look at? There's something I wanted to look at. What was it? Oh, yeah. Palantir. So, yeah, for Palantir, that would be the big kind of place right there. Oh, wait, that's like kind of the old one, actually. Okay, that's like the old pocket. And then we got the new pocket, which would be way the hell up at like freaking, well, we could do mark out 220 there. And yeah, trying to jump up to that point. And it looks like you probably will, consider if S&P 500, everything else keeps going up, that you might. So yeah. I mean, just look at basic, let's look at some basic strategy here. To that point. And then you're starting to hit that point. You may get a little thing too. That's so high up in that 2-week. Yeah. When to take profits on Tesla? Well, let's look at Tesla. That's a good question. And that could get up to 600, maybe even higher. I think there's going to be a lot more, especially self-driving, speculation of like fully self-driving. So, yeah, no, I think it's going to break up higher. Can this get to 600 by end of year? Who knows? It's a volatile damn stock. We'll see. And Elon's going to start working on it more. He's not with the Trump administration anymore. So, yeah. But, no, I mean, then there's the leveraged one as well. They're trying to go 2-week. Trigger wave, yeah, I think she could go up a little bit more here. Yep. What was I gonna say here? Let's look at real estate a little. Miami real estate. It's okay. When you look at Zillow, it doesn't really reflect that, but Miami real estate just made a new all-time high, and I think you're going to see that because this kind of follows S&P 500 more than anything else, I would argue, and you're going to see that, yeah, and so that's still something that's, that's very strong. Let's look at that against SPY. Probably just continues to bleed because you don't have the volatility, but yeah, throughout that, yeah. But real estate, man. And your damn interest rates are going to still be ridiculous, but I think that, my view on this is it'll gradually go down, but it's going to take a while, man. Like, it's going to take time because, you look at the TLT, the TLT is kind of like the housing market with, your first bottom and then your second bottom kind of like 09 and 12 or whatever, or, well, it's much closer, in this case, to 2 years apart, but, well, no, actually, yeah, 23 to, okay, so a little under 2 years, kind of like that, and then the problem is you're probably not going to see a sustained rally until like the 2030s, unfortunately. But, for this to just bottom out would be kind of happy for, some people. I mean, that's the thing there. But it doesn't look like, it wouldn't make sense. All those people talking about housing market crash and all that. Like, it doesn't really make sense unless the S&P 500. Like, was there a time in history where housing went down 30% and the S&P 500 kept going up? Like, that doesn't really... You need the SPY to come down, man. Like, and that's probably not going to happen until, like, sometime between 2028 and 2032. I would guess 2030, if history kind of repeats, but there's always going to be a curveball. Like, it could be next year. But I think that's a little bit too early. I think you're going to see that kind of in the 2030s. So, yeah. Trying to jump up a little bit more there, yeah. Slide down a little bit, but I wouldn't be too worried, yeah. No, like I think everything's market's pretty strong, pretty healthy. I mean, you've seen the worst of the tariffs and whatnot. If we look at, I'm just curious about. If we look at, I mean, trueflation. If we want to get an idea of, what we're looking at in terms of, yeah, I mean, still pretty damn low. And if you look at like kind of, you know, where this was really low is kind of like April. I mean, May and April. Yeah, when did ETH? Let's just compare this to like when did ETH bottom again? I don't know off the top of my head, but well, when did it bottom against? Yeah, we could probably find out from end of April. That was that was kind of that area. So you look at compared to September, and then it topped. It's about 3 months. No, actually 3 or 4 months with 9 to 12. Yeah, okay, so 3 months. Um, and yeah, if you were to compare that, that's interesting. So May, June, July would be 3 months. So we're looking at early July based on this. You're looking at very early July for until your next kind of. Oh man, they've been doing good with Argentina's, and Malay has been crushing it there. I'll tell you that much. 36%, not bad at all. It's gonna be how the prices in Argentina got lower because of that, but now they're kind of getting higher again. And once that stabilizes, you're gonna be looking at probably not as bad as the U.S. but European prices. So I was glad I went there when I did because things were kind of relatively cheap still, especially like accommodations. Um, India's got pretty low inflation. The U.S. got the lowest here, but yeah. Now everything points to about a month word more of generally bullish price action. Um, and Bitcoin dominance, I think, should generally come down. That's what I think. But I don't. I think it's really the ERC 20 tokens is what are really the move right now, because that's kind of get ETH for a few months, and then probably like August onward, that's really going to be where the rest of the alts kind of shine into the end of the year. And like Tom Lee said one time, a lot of the times, most of your move happens in 3 damn weeks. So just be careful with that. I mean, that's the thing there. Mm. And by the way, guys, if you're interested in trading, both BitFi and BloFin are great options. The two best ones for no KYC, no VPN. I think to use great interfaces. BitFi doing well there. Both of them, you get 10% for your fees for life with my link, and there are some good deposit bonuses. You get 10% deposit bonus on BloFin up to 3,000, 15% on BitFi up to like 1 or 2,000. I think it's a little less than BloFin, but check those out. And there's also a trading bonus as well you can get for a certain amount of trades you do. Trading volume do it. So market trade you around 4 year or 3 year. So the hedge fund professional trade. I don't know, man. I can't read the minds of every hedge fund, but I'm sure they know about that. Mm, mm, let's see there. How do I see XRP doing? Let's see there. I think it's gonna do well. I mean, my big range has been between like 450 to 6 for the end of year. I think it's only a matter of time before you break upward, this kind of range. I mean, a lot of your move has happened, so I mean that would be high end around 6, low end would be 450. It'll get there. Just be patient, I think. somewhere between October and, December. But I mean, obviously, a lot of you had freaking, 600%. What could you get from where you are right now? Maybe a third of that. It's still pretty good. So yeah. But nah, I mean, the markets looked good. Yeah, markets looked good. Looks good, I should say. But yeah. I mean, we're trying. Bitcoin's going kind of sideways a little bit, but that's good. As you want ETH to do more. And that's the chart I keep looking at today. That's showing some hope. But yeah, Arrow. Well, let's take a look at Arrow. Yeah, this was popular a little bit. Hasn't done too much. I mean, 77% down. Yeah, I don't know. If you get a hold here, I think you got some potential. They're going to try to do the ETH staking ETF too, which I think that probably by the time that comes out, it'll be a sell signal, but it's like the Japanese freaking. So, yeah, that could be a nice top for it, and they're raising their interest rates, so I have a feeling it's going to get more expensive to go to Japan. That's what I think. I mean, their economy's in bad shape, but maybe they'll turn around. We'll see. I mean, man, I'm trying to think what else here. But nah, it's exciting, man. It's exciting. Definitely is exciting. Let me just look at, I wanted to show you guys the, give me just 1 second here. I just want to see what the latest like promo is for, well, I just want to make sure I click the right link and not like show you guys like a bunch of personal information or whatnot. But, oh, okay, here. So we got the, oh, that's not even, hold on a second there. There we go. That's the right one. Okay. 1 more second. Okay. So let's take a look at our promos here. If you guys are interested, the links are down below. This is the pinned chat for BloFin. So trade and deposits. Deposit get up to 10%. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So that's pretty good. If you guys are interested, deposit 30K, get 30K futures bonus, then you get the Rolex. Trading volume is over 100 mil. Which, that's a lot of trading, but still, I've done it. You get that amount, and I think you can withdraw the 9,400. I think you can withdraw it. And there's futures money, all this shit, but pretty good. And then let's see, 100 deposit bonus. Okay, if you deposit, that's good. That's a good promo with BitFi. I like BitFi. They're doing a lot of good things. So yeah, and yeah. Let's see here. So deposit this amount and get the. So check it out if you guys are interested. And as always, you get the 10% off cash back off your fees for life if you sign up my link. So check it out if you guys are interested. In addition, guys, if you sign up to either of those, possibly Center Box, give you 1 free month in Aldo Empire VIP Discord. We got Nightshade in there. We got myself, a lot of really good trades. Mainly do swing trades in there. So yeah. What happens if the cycle is different? Then we're all out of luck, James. We're all done. No, not really. So you don't know. You just got to look at the charts. I mean, you just like got to look at what you're looking at. You just combine that with everything else. Let's see. Is that like one of those scam ones? A7AF. It's one of those. Yeah, well, there's a lot of scams in the space, but yeah, I'm not really into the pre-sale tokens or whatnot. But yeah, you do you. So yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing pretty well. Man, I'm trying to think what else I want to look at right now. We looked at CNBC, Cointelegraph, and it's pretty garbage. You know, garbage news site, but man, Argentina's inflation down to 30%, not half bad. That's okay. Portugal's a popular one. Portugal's an interesting one. But I mean, there's a lot of crypto friendly. You know, if you live in most countries under 6 months a year, you're not subject to any taxes. So, let's see. Everybody goes to Lisbon, probably. Decent crypto community. So it's high for sure. Yeah, hodlers paying nothing. Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of places that have very low. And I mean, you got to pay that money back to the U.S. if you're a U.S. citizen. That's the problem there, I think. But yeah, well, they were doing Ape Fest there. It's gonna be in Vegas this year, but yeah. Let's see. You got always got to get my energy back. We got back to North Carolina yesterday. Drive back. Oh my god. Man, yeah, I guess I missed you, David. Yeah, I was yeah. I'm cooking. I'm just cooking steaks for myself, man. Um, M2 Supplier, he's been talking about that on Twitter, yeah. But Vegas takes a lot out of you. 6 days there, my God. Yeah, it's a lot. It is definitely a lot. Recession package. I wonder what that is. But yeah. So let's see, guys. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with this. You know, there's a few other things we got to look at, but I think that, you know, man, let's look at total two minus, this is Bitcoin. That's another interesting one, yeah. If that could get down to those lows. I don't know if it will, though. I think it won't go that low, but especially if ETH has bottomed against Bitcoin, but yeah. But yeah, no, it takes a few days, and then you're in a different time zone, too. I mean, you know, 11 a.m. to me, or 8 a.m. to me, or yeah, 11 a.m. to me is really like, or no, 8 a.m. to me is really like 11 a.m. here. So, you know, 3 hours behind. So, yeah. Yeah. Vegas is on LA time, yeah. Yeah. No, I'm done driving that much, man. It's a lot of driving. Done driving that much for now. But yeah, just been playing some well, didn't play golf yet, but gonna start to play golf. Great, you know, great environment for it right now with the weather where I am. So yeah, um, yes. Hmm. Anyway, so let's see, guys. I mean, we've been on 50 minutes. I think we looked at everything we want to look at. Like I mentioned, I don't want to show too much, but if you guys want to check out my links down below for the trading, there's some good promos if you want to check it out. Deposit bonuses and then 10% off your fees for life. I'll give you one free month in Aldo Empire VIP Discord if you guys sign up and deposit at least $100 on either of those. So check it out. So yeah, but I think there's a lot of good opportunities this month. Some good swing trades that we've been in. I got a new Sol trade that you guys could probably see here, and then some other ones that I think will do pretty well flying next year. Yeah, it's going to be in Vegas next year again. Yeah, so yeah. It was surprising. Like, I thought it would be more the crypto bros would be gambling like crazy, but not too much. Not as much as I thought, which is kind of a smart, more of the smart thing. But I only got blown out of out of playing blackjack 8 times. I only blew out my whole bankroll once out of playing it 8 times. So I only got blown up once. So I actually made money overall, using a pretty an interesting strategy. So yeah. I was playing with one of you guys. Pretty good. It's pretty good techniques. So yeah. But yeah. Thinking about what I want to do now. Probably gonna hit the gym. Cook a steak. What else is new? So yeah. But anyway, guys, yeah, I think I'm gonna get going. Check out follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that cool stuff. Gonna try to do more vlogs, more videos. Gotta really try to be more active for you guys. I almost feel like I let you guys down a little bit. Vegas didn't post too much, but it's tough. It takes a lot out of you. So we're gonna get more focus and more good stuff here. So anyway, guys, really appreciate you guys. Check out the Discord, like I mentioned a bunch of times. Check out all the things. Show the Johnny M. Show the David Brumbelow. Show to all you guys. Really appreciate you guys. I will see you guys soon. Maybe we'll do in the Discord a little chat with you guys. Maybe tonight, if not tonight, another night this week. But yeah, I'll see you guys. Thanks so much.